Psp Primetime. My name is Dalyss Hanson alongside Bryce, Gutknecht, and Owen, Patterson. Thank you for choosing us for another week. We saw AAA wrap up their regular season, and then it was their first round of playoffs for Class A and 9-man football. Let's start off with you, Owen. We are the Class B guys. We're the 9-man guys. We got to talk about this because on the west side of the state, there's a lot of upsets.
Yeah, 3 unseeded teams move on after the first round. South Border picks up a win out of Region 4. How about a clean sweep from Region 4 as well? Grant County Flasher and Napoleon Gackle Streeter factored into that. I can't say that the upsets were totally a surprise either in 9-man. Kind of figured that it would be that way in that division, which sets up some really interesting quarterfinal round matchups, especially one in Lemoore and in Linton. That bottom half of the bracket is going to get interesting this week.
Well, I want to say I got in a few Facebook battles this past week about people talking about my Maroons from Divide County. Injury-ridden, but still a loss is a loss. But that is going to be a lot of fun. Linton, they've got some injuries as well. But like we talked about in last week's show, there's something to be said, Bryce, and you've seen this with firsthand with Minot High, how, okay, you got a few injuries, but guess what? Now some of these underclassmen get to play, and that's what Lynn's going to get to do.
Yeah, just next man up mentality. You hear it at every level of football. It's hard to see some of those injuries and these, what players go through to get ready for a season. And the season's not very long. The work that you have to do to just play games, the games are so limited in time and stuff. But the opportunity that some of these other kids are getting, it's ultimately really good, especially underclassmen for your program.
Well, let's talk about Class A now, BG, because a lot of fun games. One that popped out to me right away on the schedule was Dickinson Trinity and Killdeer. They played one time early on this year. It was a lightning delay. They finished the game the next day. It was still nip and tuck the whole way. But that game, along with a lot of others in Class A, very interesting playoffs.
Yeah, Langdon had themselves a battle. They had a battle with Northern Cass there in the fourth quarter, kind of pulled away late. Velva looked apart. I was at that game. That's the first time I've got to see Velva in person this year. Cooper Kittleson looks terrific. He was on point with the football, tight window throws. They looked really good. How about Trinity? They struggled against DLB. 13 points only, Owen. I mean, including a kickoff they took to the house. So that's a really close game. They're going to have to put up some more points against a Killdeer team that's loaded offensively. Really excited for that game. I'm circling that one. Then you got Ellendale. We've been talking a lot about Botno. Ellendale was down early, I believe 6-0 last week. They rolled off about 40-something straight, so they're a very physical football team. I'm really excited to see Emerson Marham go in there and see what he could do. Loaded Class A schedule this week.
Yeah, I mean, Botno, it seems like they've created this unique momentum. They built that brand new field, the stadium, everything, and now they've got the team that can kind of back it up as well.
Yeah, close loss to Velva is pretty much all that Botno has had to run into this season. Correct. Of course, a long road trip to Ellendale this week. Woo! That game will be on PSP Plus on Saturday afternoon as well. The Braves are a really interesting team. It's just a matter of can you win on the road here in the postseason.
Well, let's get on to our picks for this week. Brand new Class AA football coming to you live. It's Minot North versus Red River. Owen, you and myself will be on the call for that one right north of Minot's. Interesting game because you and I were talking before we hopped on the broadcast here. Minot North likes to play musical chairs with their running back. You're not sure who's going to start. As of late, it's been Cooper Chick. Last season, we saw Christian Dedman absolutely ball out from the running back position. Now he's having to take kind of a decent defensive stand, if you will, getting a lot of reps on defense. Now they've got all these running backs. But when you look at Minot North versus Red River, what do you see?
I see a Minot North team that has, in pretty much every game they've played this year, controlled the pace of a game. They run the ball for 270 yards per game. It's a time of possession battle that they always seem to win. Cooper Chick, their leading rusher. Evan Berg does a lot in the backfield. Give some credit up front. They are one of the best offensive line units in the West region of AA football. So it's just about Grand Forks Red River coming in and throwing something different at them. They already played earlier this year at Sentinel Stadium. Can the Rough Riders make some adjustments a couple of weeks later? They're a very athletic bunch. They've gotten a couple of key victories, including one over Central Cass during the conference slate. So it's just about the Rough Riders trying to throw something different into what Minot North has kind of become to be a pretty similar road in all of these games they've played all year long.
Another game is Central Cass versus St. Mary's. And then it's Kindred and Watford City. And then this one, it really caught my eye. Devil's Lake, Grand Forks Central. Devil's Lake had Minot North on the ropes for a lot of the game. They came arguably 4 yards short of upsetting Minot North in Minot North. They've got a quarterback by the name of Mason Palmer who's fantastic.
Yeah, dual threat and multi-sport athlete. Mason Palmer, one of the better athletes in the state of North Dakota as well. And Devils Lake, that close loss to Minot North, a close win against Dickinson. Just where is this Firebirds team at? And the nail-biter win over Watford City, also to clinch the number 2 seed last week on Friday. Then you got Grand Forks Central. How about this team? Caught everybody's attention after their hot start to the year. Then some struggles against the top teams in the East. Really nice rebound win by a pretty wide margin over their rivals, Red River, last week to wrap up the regular season. I think Devils Lake just kind of has a little bit of an advantage in the skill positions as well, but Central, they can get hot, as we've seen this year, at any time.
Other than Mason Palmer, who are some of your players to watch in AA?
Well, you got to focus on the East teams right here. The top 2 seeds out of the EDC, bringing in some new faces to AA football this year. I mean, Kindred across the board. You've got people getting Michigan offers. What team in North Dakota, regardless of level, is hauling in Big Ten offers like Kindred is at the moment? Obviously, Baco, he is a tremendous athlete, not only on the basketball court, but he's proven it defensively as well for Kindred. I want to talk about their quarterback, too, Gabe Whipple. I mean, when it comes to just playing quarterback in these systems where running the football is so important, just being accurate when you have to, 1 incomplete pass in his last 2 games for Gabe Whipple, leading the Kindred Vikings. And then for Central Cass, another very accurate quarterback, Brody Kegley, also high completion percentage, 21 touchdowns to 2 picks on the season. He's got a great tandem in the backfield as well. Central Cass and Kindred are loaded entering this playoff bracket.
Bryce, let's turn it to you now. We've got AAA.
I got to follow that.
You got to follow OP up. By the way, everybody, check out OP in the Minot Daily News. Very good article written about our friend here and fellow broadcaster. But when we talk about AAA football, there's a couple different ways to look at it. You got the awesome game Century at Cheyenne right away. Then you've got Horace at Legacy. We know Legacy and Jama, excellent, fantastic player, running back. Davies at Mandan, Bismarck, West Fargo. Out of those opening games, Bryce, what's the game you're looking at?
It's Horace and it's Legacy. It's the first team to score 40. Write that down. Whoever scores 40 points is going to win that game. It's going to be a shootout. I love Jolson, what he does on that Legacy team at that wideout position. They're so potent offensively. Remember this name, this guy, Matthew Dick, quarterback at Horace, 16 touchdowns on the year, 18 interceptions. He's got a little guy on the outside named Aiden Green. Remember him? He is potent at that wide receiver position, 45 catches, 7 touchdowns for him. Remember I said that. It's going to be a shootout. I haven't looked at the weather. Hopefully it's not going to be raining or snowing, but I like the team to score 40 points first and wins that football game.
Who are, other than some of those players you just mentioned, some of the players you're going to be watching AAA?
I love the running back position in AAA football. There are just too many guys we could go over. It is Schlichting at Cheyenne. NDSU commit. Owen and I got to see him up close this year. He is terrific. Staudinger has been terrific for Bismarck High. I'm circling a guy also for Bismarck High. I think he's the difference maker in the playoff bracket is Bondley. I think it's Hayden Bondley at Bismarck High. I think what he did versus Legacy on that drive and winning that football game, it's just kind of changed the look on him. A kid who's kind of turned it over at times this year. Got to limit those. I'm looking at him big time to step up for Bismarck High. Like, don't forget about that Yusuf Jama. I could go on, Owen. We only got so much time. We could be here forever. Look for Weigel, too. Weigel from Legacy has been incredibly accurate this year. Like you said, a Legacy team that can score the football in bunches.
Kind of developing a good program over there. It's been fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, PSP Plus is going to be coming at you live this weekend. We're going to have number 4 Mandan at number 1 Davies. Red River travels up here to Minot North. We'll have that as well. And then Saturday, number 6 Botno travels to the Thunder. That's going to be a fun one. And then Jonas Nelson and I will be at Park River. We'll be in Velva. It's Park River and Velva DAG, number 4 versus number 5. A lot of good competition there, and it's right here on PSP Plus. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have our favorites and our dark horses for AA football and AAA football right here on PSP Primetime.
3. The architects and engineers at Ackerman Estvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Estvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle. From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
Dark horse and favorite in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back to PSP Primetime. Again, my name is Dalyss Hanson with Owen, Patterson, Bryce, Gutknecht. It is time, everybody. My favorite part of the show. It's for our favorites and our dark horses. Let's start off with AAA. We just got done talking, BG, about AAA football. Give me your favorite. Give me a dark horse.
Dark horse, I like Legacy. I like Legacy a lot. We talk about the prolific offense at all, the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver. I don't know if anyone can really match that in the state. I know Bismarck High make an argument. I know Century, you can make an argument. There's a lot of arguments to it, but I really like what Legacy brings to the table. They got a first tough matchup against a horse team that's going to score. I like what the Sabres are doing. O&P threw a little stat at me. They have never won a playoff game. That changes this year, I think, this week. Versus Horace, favorite, I went back and forth. I went back and forth on it. I'm going to go with Bismarck High. And Hayden Bondley is my reason. Don't sleep on the number one. I know that's crazy to say, but don't sleep on Century. I love what Noah Herr's done. I love Haroldstad on the outside. Pope, Carter run wild at the running back. He has been terrific. They may be the most physical team in AAA. I know Davey's going to have something to say about that as well. I'm going with Bismarck High in a very close championship game. Whether I don't make me pick who they're playing. I can't do it. But I'm picking Bismarck High as a favorite.
Fair enough. Appreciate that, Bryce. Good points. Owen, who do we like? Dark horse and a favorite.
I'm going to start with a favorite here. I was out at Davies the opening week of the season when they hosted Minot High, and the only thing on the Eagles' minds, fans, players, coaches alike, was the Dakota Bowl loss last year to West Fargo Cheyenne. They said that was the team that was going to bring home the title for Fargo Davies. Well, they're going to get the opportunity again to do it this year as the number 1 seed. The first time they have won the EDC in the 3A in a long time. This might be the actual team for Fargo Davies to bring home a state title at the AAA level. As for a dark horse, it's Bismarck Century, the other number 1 seed, I think. I think there's really 2 favorites in this bracket. I know it's a little bit chalk here, but number 1 in the top and number 1 out in the West, Bismarck Century. I think they're such a physical football team. They're hot at the right time. Everybody seems to be pretty healthy on that Century team right now. And how about riding the positive wave of blocking an extra point to claim a conference title last week against BHS? There's no denying it. The number 1 teams in this bracket are number 1 for a reason. I think it's a collision course to Fargo.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
I gotta go with one. He's talking Davies. I got to give a little love to Davies. I got the rushing statistics here. Here we go. 41 rushing touchdowns.
Wow.
41 DH. 359 yards a game. They average in the rushing department 3,230 rushing yards. That's all I got. There you go.
That's pretty, it's tough to beat
look
that.
At those numbers. I know. We know what they are in the passing game. They're not gonna show a lot of looks in that. They're line it up, misdirection, try and cause a lot of confusion. Davies, look out.
I'm with you guys. I like all those, and I gotta dare to be different.
Ooh.
I got a lot of great people at Century, and they like me. I like them too. This is a tough pick for me because I also like Coach Gibson from Bismarck High, so I'm gonna do the double. I got a favorite and a dark horse combined into one, and that is the Demons from Bismarck High. I think Coach Gibson, that run game this time of year with the weather, you don't know what's gonna happen. It could be snowing, it could be blowing,
Correct.
It could be 85. You don't know. I'm gonna hammer Bismarck High. I think they're kind of starting to really click as a team. I'll take the Demons for the state title. All right, let's move on to AA. Owen, and this is your wheelhouse. You've been involved with a lot of this as of late. A lot of interesting games that we talked about, but in Double A, your favorite and your dark horse.
Well, with me, if I make a preseason pick, I'm going to sink or swim with it.
You are.
I went with Minot North pretty hard in the off season this year, expecting the Sentinels to do some great things. Obviously, back-to-back West Region titles. It's looking a lot like the same for the Sentinels from year one into year number 2. The only thing last year was a home game in the semifinal round against West Fargo Horace. There's no Horace to play this year, but there is Central Cass. That is a tough test in the semifinal round, should it be the Squirrels at that point in the season. And then, of course, the Dakota Bowl. I mean, you're looking at Kindred on the other side. There's some tough tests, but I'm going to stay confident in the Sentinels handling those couple storms as my favorite in Double A. As for a dark horse, got to give the credit to Kindred. I mean, you just look at the graphic that's going to be on your screen here. Usually you put consecutive amount of playoff appearances. Kindred, their 4th consecutive perfect regular season. They don't really know how to lose games, so I got to give respect to the Vikings there. But as for a dark horse team, Devils Lake is just so fun to watch. You really don't know what to expect when the Firebirds take the field, and I think that's probably to their advantage here in a 3-week postseason format.
Backing off OP here, I really like Minot North. I've been around this team a lot. I've created a relationship with Coach Holman and that whole group there. I love how they're so selfless. I just talked about Christian Dedman, all-time running back last season, injured his knee, makes a comeback, and then he's like, okay, I'm going to get the ball out from running back. Hold on the phone here, man. They're going to play him defensively. Cooper Chick's fantastic. Blickery is an all-time tough quarterback. But my X factor, if Minot North's going to want to compete and going to want to win a state title, is Josiah Gutknecht, one of the greatest names in Double-A football. But he's the X factor because he can take off the top of that defense when they run the little play action. If he can get a few catches early on, and specifically with the deep ball with Blickery, they are going to be extremely tough because the run game is going to work. But can the pass game work? That's the big one. And then for my dark horse, Kindred is Kindred. And OP talked about him, but I got to see this Devils Lake team as well. Mason Palmer is legit as it is. I mean, he's a fantastic quarterback. His twin brother, fantastic wide receiver as well. Those two have a great connection. And the thing I like about their wide receivers are they actually catch the football. They don't let it hit the pads. They catch with their hands. They're playmakers all over the world. So that's my dark horse is Devils Lake. Now, it is time, Bryce Gutknecht, for your dark horse and your favorite, whichever one you want to start off with, in Double-A football. Right here on Psp Prime.
First off, I want all the viewers to remember one thing when I'm making my decisions. Okay, there's 3 things to this. A, I am wrong a lot. I am wrong. I am incorrect a lot. 2, I really like to disagree with Owen. Number 3, I really, really like to disagree with Owen.
Yep.
Those are my 3. So remember these 3 things when I'm making my picks. Dark horse is Central Cass. I think Central Cass, with their air attack with Brody Kegley, it's 21 picks, 21 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, almost 2,000 yards through the air. Remember these names. It's Easton Holland. It's Blaze Cotton on the outside. Those 2 have combined 13 touchdowns. Look out for the Squirrels. My favorite. We spell redemption today, Kindred. I'm going with Kindred. I can't look past the talent on that roster. The tough loss last year versus Velva, they get bumped up. We didn't really know what to expect moving up that level to Double-A. They've handled it tremendously. It's Baco, and it's Starcevich. He is the guy. Look for him at the defensive end position. I believe Baco hit Starcevich for a touchdown last week. Baco has 7 picks, Owen. I mean, the tackles for loss. I can't look past Kindred. I can't do it. It's the run game. It's Whipple. You talked about Whipple and what he's brought to that offense. I love Coach Burgard. I have to go with Kindred.
I know we talked about this on our trip up to Williston. Mine and I were picks were. There's almost a fight in the car, but I'm glad we got through it. Before we close up shop here, OP, give me some storylines here in all divisions of football that you'll be paying attention to.
Oh, like I said last week, this show is all talk, and we'll let the football games happen. I will say, though, I mean, my dark horse and 9-man, I'm following them along. The Hankinson Pirates feeling pretty good about them right now. But how about this? In the 9-man, New Rockford, Cheyenne, an absolute beatdown, and it kind of maybe something that they needed a little bit to have a win like that. So 9-man is getting really fun. Obviously, I'll have my attention way out west in Trenton, North Dakota. Dakota on Saturday for other reasons. But
Some six-man,
He
right?
had to.
I love it.
Yeah.
Six-man. Let's go.
It's
He had to
championship
do it.
Saturday already. I'll be out there.
Gotta
but,
love it.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun football to keep an eye on.
Bryce, any last remarks on that?
I'm really excited for the single A. I think the single A is loaded with games there, and how that's all set up. That Trinity Kildare game, we talked about that a lot. I'm really interested to see that. Where we are in Minot, the buzz that Minot North's created these last years, it's so excited. They're really excited to have home field again, and they really love their chances of getting that Dakota Bowl. Obviously, I talked about Kindred. I'm very interested to see how they handled their first run here in AA in the postseason. And it's AAA. I talked, there's so many guys I didn't talk about. I didn't get to talk about Noomfa Kirky, the guy at Mandan. I mean, I didn't get to talk about Tesh at Davies. I know we're running out of time. Guys like Pope at Century. There's so much talent across the AAA level, and those games are going to be really fun to watch.
Well, it is the best time of year. Make sure you join us this weekend for our PSP Plus coverage. Again, that's Mandan and Davies. That's Friday. And then another Friday game, Red River travels up to number 1 seed Minot North. Saturday. Botno versus EEK. And then Park River versus Velva DAG. It's all going to be right here on PSP Plus. Please